How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today we are talking about stocks to buy on the dip. There are a lot of stocks that are down, especially a lot of the growth stocks, a lot of the SPAC stocks, a lot of the stocks in tech, a lot of the stocks that have been doing well over the last, 6 months. Now, there are some recovery plays that are actually doing quite well, like our Disney stock that I've been talking about how I've been loading up on for a good amount of time. That's doing quite well. But there are other stocks that are, not. There are a lot of stocks that are down 10 to 20%. So I want to cover some of those today. Now, before we get into it, if you guys don't mind hitting the like button, I really appreciate it. That means the world to me. Also, there is a subscribe button if you haven't clicked that already. If you guys want to share this to someone else, if they're looking around for stocks to buy, of course, I am not giving financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. These are just my thoughts. There's also a link down there to BlockFi. So one of the things that I have not included in this list is the fact that Bitcoin is actually down pretty significantly from its highs. It was up around, I want to say 57, 58 over the weekend, and maybe it was a couple days before that, but now it's at 48,000. So if you want to put some money in BlockFi, buy some Bitcoin. I have Bitcoin there. I also have Ethereum there. Ethereum's down a good amount too. You can definitely check out that link to BlockFi. They give you an interest rate and give you a bonus depending on how much you deposit. There's also a link down there to WeBull if you want some free stocks. So we're going to talk about a couple different stocks here today. And I will say, I did talk about this about a week ago, and I got a lot of hate for this one. So a lot of people didn't actually watch the video, and I explained in this video that I wasn't saying that there's going to be a stock market crash that came right away, but take a look at this dislike number. 731 dislikes. And I was just talking about the ways to get ready, have some cash ready so you can buy some stuff. I talked about 10 to 20% cash probably. I had trimmed a couple of my positions last week, and I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, I definitely knew when this was going to happen. I just knew eventually it would. So I wanted to have some money ready for opportunities. Now, today we are starting to see that. Yesterday, I think the Dow was down about 2.5%. Right now, it's down about 2.5%. The VIX index is up, so the VIX is a volatility index, and it's not anywhere close to where it is before. A lot of people say, at certain levels that they expect a certain crash or that they expect a lot of fear in the market. Right now, we're not even as high as we were back in January, around the elections, but it is creeping up. You can see this over the last couple weeks. It's just been slowly going up, and now we start to see a little bit of a jump. I think the reason it isn't higher is because of some of the recovery plays. And I think now, I should say this too, I think right now is one of those times where it's really important to have a group around you, a group of people around you to help you make wise decisions. Like, there's a link down there to the Patreon. There are 5,100 people in there. I tell them exactly when I'm buying and selling stocks, and it's just good to have a lot of people around you at times like this to kind of put your head on straight, especially if you're someone new to the market. So before we start too much though, I want to say this is the time that people make money. When there are corrections, when there are crashes. Some of my best days were from last year in March. Some of my best purchases were from last year in March and February. And this is, I personally think this is a good time to dollar cost average. Throw in a little bit of money, let it drop more, throw in some more money, let it drop more, throw in some more money. That's what I did last March. Now, of course, that might not always work out. Let's say we have a big upswing tomorrow, and you just threw in like a little bit of your cash. That might not be great in the long term. It would have been better, hindsight's 2020, to throw in a bunch of money. But if it keeps on falling and you put all your money in now into individual stocks and then they drop 40% or something like that, it's going to be tough for a lot of people. So I am not panic selling by any means. I've been clearing up some positions over the last couple of weeks, like I've said in my videos and in my private group. So I have some cash ready to be deployed. I want to go over some of the stocks that I find decent value right now, or a good value. One is Tattooed Chef. It's under $20. Now, they just announced their earnings the other day. It's pretty good what they announced. I mean, it's about what the third quarter was, but They're up revenue a significant amount from the year before. They gave their preliminary results, so they still have to go through and tell us in about a couple weeks what they got exactly in terms of revenue and in terms of different parts of their business. But their own personal brand is growing pretty quickly. They had a higher amount than they expected. And if you look at the last 4 quarters, every quarter, their personal branded products are doing better and better. So this is one that I have not bought yet today, but I might be buying more because it's right around 20. This is a really attractive price for it. It's in around $1.44 billion, and they bring in about 149 million, I believe, in revenue. So a 10 price to sales ratio, and this company is growing so quickly. This is getting to a very attractive valuation, and I probably should have picked up more this morning. I haven't yet, but I picked up two of these other companies a little bit heavier. The next one is CLSK. This is a market cap of about 611 million right now. It's been beaten down. Honestly, I missed it when it dropped down to 22. I actually slept in a little bit late today, so I didn't see this dip. I woke up right when everything was recovered a little bit, but CLSK is down a significant amount from the last couple days. And this company, I covered in a previous video, it doesn't move exactly with Bitcoin. It actually moves much more significantly. So usually if Bitcoin's up a decent amount, it will jump. And then if it drops down, it will drop down by significantly more than Bitcoin, like 2 to 3x. But because of some lawsuits that have been levied against them and they've gone back and forth, they're suing the people that are suing them and stuff. It's a little bit messier, so there aren't as many investors that are taking advantage when Bitcoin goes up. So this is a really attractive valuation if you're willing to take the risk. And I added some more shares of this company here today. The next company is Osprey Technology Acquisition Corp. This is the company that's merging with BlackSky. So I really like this one. I think that this is going to be a company that will do quite well. ARK Invest is going to be buying this, I believe. And I got some more shares today at $12.75. We got it for a really good valuation, I think. We averaged down from where we were before. And this company already has government contracts. It's already growing. It already has revenue. It's a really attractive company anyways. I was buying around 14 to 15, and I liked it. And now it's sitting around 13, and I think it's a very good value. The next company is one that I haven't talked about in a while, but Switchback Energy. This is the predominant charging company in America. They have a much larger company than just about anyone, a larger infrastructure. And it is expensive compared to when it opened, but we have not seen prices like this since the first couple days of December. We have not seen $31 a share since then. So right now, if you've been waiting to buy Switchback, I've been holding since I think 18. I think I might have added a little bit more on the way up. But if you've been waiting to get into this, this is a long-term hold for me. This is something that I'm holding for probably 10, 20 years. And that is something that you don't find every day, especially in this market. A lot of the stocks that people are buying are swing trades. And then I have one last one that I really wish I would have bought in, but again, I just missed it, and that's GHVI with it at $16. And it was only here for a split second. It looks like 5 minutes before, 5 minutes after, and it went up a significant amount, about 10%. But this one is one that I've been wanting to get into since it was around 18 to 19. I wanted it to drop a little bit more, but this one is merging with a company that is kind of the way of the future. It's Matterport. It's a company that surveys different real estate. And if you haven't seen videos on it, I have not covered it in a video. But if you want to check it out, check up on the search bar after the video is done and just search for Matterport SPAC. And it's a really interesting company that has revenue already. It's got really good technology, especially compared to some of its competitors. But right now, it's sitting at a nice valuation, I think. It was around 24, 25 earlier this week. Yeah, so it was around $25 just on Friday. Now it's come down a decent amount. So I made a lot of good money back in March of last year because I wasn't greedy. A lot of people were waiting for the market to crash 50%. I waited and I just kept on putting some money in as time went on. and I put in maybe $500 here, $1,000 there. Every couple days the market would crash. I'd put money in, and while it happens, it's really tough to see. But afterwards, knowing that you put money in along the way instead of waiting for something that never happened was awesome. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing with this now. I'm going to throw in some money if we get some more red days. I'm going to keep on throwing money in. If we get deeper and deeper in the red, I'm going to keep on throwing more and more money. So that's just something that I'm doing. You can make your own decision, but let me know what you think about these companies down below. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Let me know which of these you like the most, and I'll put up a video on 5 different space plays if you want here on the end screen, so you can take a look at some of the different stocks in the space sector. I think that's going to be a very quickly growing sector, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.